should make myself some more fucking pizza bites. But I think I'm okay. I've been sleeping since I think I was sleeping since 4, and I passed this morning. Um yeah, and then I woke up like at like 3 3 something at at the time. For the time now. Shit's in delay. It's a delay. I actually do have my stuff up right now. So last stream I got done all of this to this part, and went to sleep. Yada yada yada. I came back on. Woke up at 3 something, 3 something today. Um, yeah, 3 something today. And it was close to 4, so I'm like, okay, it's close to 4. I'm gonna get my ass up before I disappoint people, and whoever ever freaking comes, and get that out of the way. I'm just right now going to just post that I'm live. Where is... well, that won't work. Oh, that stream that's back out. I'm trying to figure out the thing of I'm pretty sure it was this one, right? Yeah, it was this one. You can't see what I'm doing on my screen right now because I'm doing it on my second screen. Hello to the 2 viewers. That's one. This happens a lot, and I'm just starting to just not care anymore about trying to feel desperate. I don't care anymore. Okay, live now on YouTube, animating. I actually changed today's cover and for the second stream to a stop sign where it just says "Stop, wash your hands." Yeah, very clever. Yeah. The reason really why I stopped streaming this morning was because I my nose was dripping and it was really getting very annoying. It was really getting very annoying. Safe for web. If I can't do non-safe for web, because if I do non-safe for web, YouTube's gonna fucking annihilate me. Like that shit like in fucking Star Wars, Death Star. They're gonna use the Death Star on me. Freaking Susan Logisky is freaking Emperor Palpatine. Something dark side. Was that from Family Guy? I think that was from Family Guy. That the something dark side thing. Pretty sure that was from Family Guy. Not the Star Wars parody. Like the little snippets they did. The shorts or whatever they called it. I have no clue what the fuck they're called. Yeah, small clips. Small clips that the Family Guy would do. Family Guy would do those small clips of certain references to movies and such. See, this is what annoys me here. This part, and no matter what I freaking do, it seems like it's like these are the little tedious things you have to go through when you're animating something. All it takes is one fuck up, and then you have to do undo. I remember when I first started animating, I have no idea what the fuck undo meant. Well, I actually did know how to undo, but I didn't do it as constantly when I would fuck up. I think I would. I think I would, and I'm pretty sure any other beginning animator has done this, where you just go in and use the eraser and just before I had a tablet, I drew with my mouse, so I would go in and use the eraser tool and just go in and just erase everything. And that was really some tedious shit. Like that was it just sucked. So then I figured out the selecting tool and made my life a whole lot easier when I was doing Microsoft Paint. Well, not a whole lot easier, but easy enough to the point where it wouldn't like feel freaking tedious. Here's a trick. I should have done this on the last stream, but my nose was bothering me so much. If you run into like a thing, I'm pretty sure some people don't really know this about Flash, and I think think you can do it also on other parts. I mean, other parts, other software. Um, you can do this little trick if something like this is in the way. I'm pretty sure you can just select it, go here, and it will wireframe the thing that is in the way. Magic. It's not really magic, it's just how it. Now, and MS Paint, you really couldn't do that. Yeah, you really couldn't. MS Paint was like pretty much my humble beginnings of tedious tedious work. '09 wasn't really the best year for animating for me because well, probably was. I mean, but at that time I was using Windows Movie Maker, and I didn't look up a tutorial or anything on how to do it. I just winged it, and then I remember showing it to people at school, and people just thought it was freaking amazing. I'm like in tears because of it at the time, and yeah, it was like almost like a very emotional thing for me to just see like, oh my god, people actually liked it. It was. I used to have the DVDs. Back then, you would use something called DVDs and put your stuff on there. Of course, I think flash drives were around at the time too, but I didn't really know the power of flash drives as much back then. If I knew the power of flash drives, I probably would have still had the stuff, but I think I went a bit insane. Well, not insane. I had a little bit of a mental breakdown and just went inside of my room one day and just threw out all the DVDs I've ever had. I meant old sound files and old sound files. I think videos I made. That was my biggest mistake, throwing out my first ever animations like that really sucks because I can't even go. I know that people say whatever's on the internet stays on the internet, but I don't think if you're not famous, your stuff really doesn't really stay. Like it would be really surprising to me if somehow somebody out there managed to see my stuff and like had one of the animations I made. They probably would have had the Zelda one I created for with me and my brother at the time of 2009. They probably would have that one, but they probably would have been like, "Oh, what happened to Insane Animator?" That was my name back then. It was Insane Animator, and then when I came back, it was randiaz.com. And even though I didn't have a freaking website, I just liked it the name. Why is this one giving me a hard time right here? Like all of the parts are like yeah, like all the parts are like pretty much set, but it's just not working with me right now. It's having a little fight with me right now. It's not wanting to work. And then YouTube gives us this stupid. You're like, oh, you can't use copyrighted music, but you sure can use the music from our free library that we won't tell you that sucks complete ass. And oh my god, the fucking music sucks. It's so bad to the point where if you use it in one of your videos, guaranteed a video you watch sometime later that day or a few months by, you're gonna notice that another person that you liked has also used that music track, and that's what I hate. That's what I don't like about their royalty-free music. Everybody can use it, so that means you'll hear it from your video to the person you're watching's video and several other videos you might watch, and then you'll be like, and the other thing is, it ain't really original, and it just doesn't feel original, and it feels copy and paste, and it feels lazy. I made back in 2015. I used to make music, but I don't anymore. But I think I'm going to go back to doing it. There was an animation I made called "You Smell Like Fish," and I used it, and I made the whatever music for that. Why is it doing this to me? See, it's closed off, but it acts like a freaking it's acting like a freaking a moron. Pancakes, man. Fucking pancakes. So the royalty free music just sucks. I mean, like, if you hear it in someone else's video, I used it in I think I got lazy one time, and I used it in the one of my Slap Back to Reality original episodes, and I oh god. After I heard it in someone else's video, I'm like, oh my god, this music, everybody else is using this music, and oh my god, it's not only, it doesn't just suck, but you can't even enjoy using it in your video because you're probably lazy, and you want something quick and you want to just use that. I think honestly, if you know a friend or something, ask them to make you music or something, because like it is just, oh my god, like hearing the stuff you used for your video and hearing it in someone else's video is very freaking annoying. It really sucks. like, oh, I have this awesome royalty free music I used, and later on I hear the same thing coming from another YouTuber I like. My nose doesn't know when to stop torturing me. I think I'm gonna have like freaking sniffles again. I did it again. Fuck. So me and my mom, came up to a conclusion that the Earth is just cleansing itself, and that there's actually been a history of how should I say this? That every that it dated back all the way back to the people that my mom went back looked at history or something. She said she did, and she noticed that every 120 years, like a plague came up or a sickness came up, and I'm like, so yeah, this is pretty much temporary. This isn't like major. At least that's what I think. So the Earth is pretty much just cleansing itself after 200. After 120 years, the Earth cleansed itself. We came to that conclusion. I'm probably gonna have to look up, probably see if there was a plague in, or a sickness or disease back in like 1220, the year of 1220, and see if my mom's right about that. There probably wasn't. There probably was, but it probably wasn't put on record. But yeah, the Earth is just cleansing itself. It pissed off. Well, probably not pissed off, but it's like just cleansing itself. And I came to that conclusion when I saw the pollution levels go down. The pollution levels came down, and yeah. So I'm like, something just doesn't seem right here. Yeah, so this is pretty much of a big coincidence. The Earth is cleansing itself of all things and stuff. And to future viewers, I'm going to do one thing real quick. I'm going to go and I'm going to my history. Look up this comedian, George Carlin. I'm gonna show you this well, I probably can't even show it because YouTube's like has their systems going AWOL. Okay, let's just copy a link. Just gonna put it in here. So I think all you have to do is just open up the chat tab, and you'll see it. After the video's done, I'm glad YouTube did this. You can look at past things that showed up on the stream that when it was on. So I'm just gonna like put that in for future viewers, and they can go and look up George Carlin's video that I put in the link, and it actually now starts to make a lot of sense. Save the fucking planet. And a few fucking plastic bags is going to help with that. Earth will still be here and will be long gone. And the crazy thing is, he was always right about something. I think if astronomers or whatever you call them, historians or whoever the fuck we count on about history of diseases, and they look back until 1920s thingy that happened, and the other thing that happened then as well, and we made the conclusion that we need to be set for 120 years for the next millennium, and 20 years later we need to be ready for a pandemic. Don't you think that if we knew that and we knew what would happen, we would be more prepared and there would be less deaths? Fuck yeah, but no vaccine. That's the only problem. And I don't believe that this fucking vaccine originated from Wuhan. No, like all like this ain't no freaking disease of man did not create a freaking virus, because we all know what happens. Like every freaking movie we've ever watched tells us not to fuck around with nature and fuck with life and try to be God, because of the major consequences that will come with that. Now, I'm not trying to get religious, but every freaking movie that deals with some type of disaster is because man wanted to play God, pretty much. Okay, that ain't good. That ain't good. Let's try to switch that up. Nope. Please just let me just let me just please work. Oh my god, it's this stupid thing. So much stupid shit that happens with this. Two movies that have been on my mind recently: RoboCop and Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. Where at the end, was that both of them, or was I think it was I think it was just the one that was just not really as good as the like. I'm not sure if I can say if it was good, because it just feels like it was the second Ghost Rider movie feels like it was done by a whole nother company. So it was that and RoboCop, the 1980s version. I honestly thought in the remake that Samuel Jackson was going to be like sort of the villain. pretty sure some people probably thought that as well. Like, oh shit, Samuel Jackson's going to be the villain? Sign me the fuck up. But it just turns out he's just a fucking announcer that mentions things about RoboCop. What a fucking disappointment. After this stream, I'm gonna probably play some Fallout 76. Great, lovely. Oh my god, please give me a freaking break. Why? And here's the part where we get his brains blown the fuck out. Nope. Nope. I don't like that. That doesn't make sense either. Maybe that will be better. Let me see. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it just doesn't look right because it's not fully done. I think I'm just gonna sit in my bed. Watch fucking RoboCop. My nose is it just doesn't seem like it's just getting better. I feel like it's just getting worse. No, not getting worse. It's just it's it gets annoying, and I don't want to play video games or do anything when that type of thing happens. Like it ruins the mood if you like do incredible violence with like future funk playing in the background. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do to fix everything with this piece, this layer. If it lets me. also going into my damn bed after this. I'm not saying anything right now because I can't really. I'm trying to think of what else to say. My noses keep bothering me. Oh, that doesn't look right. What in the world? Okay, I think I'm done for today. I'm done for now. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna stream me gaming. I actually really thought I would not get this animation done.